Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sherard Show. I am your host, Sherard, having a fabulous, fabulous time this Tuesday on our premiere episode of the Sherard Show on our new network, WCOBM TV. And we're talking about surviving the game. And I hope you enjoyed the last segment. If you missed the last segment, you certainly missed a treat. But now we have two dynamic guests, as I promised, that have come on the Sherard Show. One is she's a manager, a celebrity manager for a very, very popular show. She was recently on the Sherard Show, and now she's back. She just came back from vacation in London, and now she's back on the Sherard Show. And then my really, really good friend, he is a financial professional. He's going to be able to answer the question on how to be able to situate your finances so you can survive those dark days in the entertainment industry. So welcome both to the Sherard Show. Charlie, how are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm really well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're looking fabulous. And Adam Levine, welcome back to the show. How are you, sir?
Thank
you doing
you.
all right?
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Total professional.
Such a good name. I can't believe it. When I saw Adam Levine when I first came in, I was like, yes.
I bet he's thinking the same thing.
Disappointed. So welcome to the show.
You,
now, Charlie, first we're going to start with you in terms of your career. Now, you are a manager to the very popular show Medium, right?
Hollywood Medium.
Hollywood
yes, I am
Medium.
Tyler Henry's assistant and best friend.
Okay, perfect. Now,
Yes.
you're really enjoying yourself on it, right?
Oh my God, I love it.
Now-
I'm so grateful.
Now, when is the season of the premiere coming out?
So it's coming out this May. So watch out.
It's going to be
on E Network.
very exciting, and she has a lovely accent. Now, tell us a little bit about your story and how you first got here, how you survived, and what
Yeah.
you're doing now.
How long you got?
So we better do the condensed version for it.
I'm not good at that stuff. Basically, in short, I was having a bit of a difficult time. Quite in my 20s, were a bit of a nightmare actually. I was one of those wild childs that just never
You
really
were
focused.
wild,
I was
really?
wild.
She was wild.
I was
no
wild.
kidding. Are you serious? Wow, okay.
So surprising. And anyway, so I decided, right, I need like a new change. I need to really just like follow these dreams because I'd always knew I wanted to be in America. But I had, everyone say to me, really, Charlie, you're nearly 30, like, shouldn't you just give up on your career? Like, you haven't made it yet, come on. And
That's
I was
what they were
like,
telling you,
that's
huh?
all of them, all those people out there telling me those naughty things.
And
I didn't listen, though. I didn't listen because I'm here.
Adam, it's safe to
made
say
it.
they weren't Cubs fans.
No, I
if they
think
say-
not.
If they say something like that, that's mean. Okay, I'm
That's
listening. Go
me.
ahead.
So I thought, no, I'm not going to have that. I put my foot down. I was like, I absolutely believe in my dreams and I'm going to go for it and I'm not going to give up and no one is going to stop me. So I got on a flight and I...
One-way ticket?
One-way ticket, absolutely. Well, actually, no, because at that point I didn't have a visa, so I had to book a return.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't a one-way
Visa's
ticket.
important, ladies and gentlemen.
They are important. But yeah, and I just ended up having this really magical experience, which really helped me with faith, and I'm really now into like manifesting and visualizing. And I just ended up completely by serendipity, as you want to call it, like meeting Tyler and then being his best friend and assistant, and then now obviously being on the show with him on my favorite network E, which is just like perfect. Couldn't have
So did
been
you have
better.
did you have a midpoint where you when you got here you were kind of like crashing on a couch, or you
Oh,
were,
yeah.
it was really rough period?
Oh yeah, I did that surf couching.
And how long did that period last?
That was actually 2 lots of 3 months. The first time Airbnb, then people's sofas, and running out of money, and just what am I going to do? Cracking into the last bit of my savings, and then I came back again. And my neighbour, who knew I couldn't afford to come back, was like, "Hey, you can come sleep on my sofa." So I slept on her couch for 2.5 months, and then someone else's, and then eventually I got this role. And it just it was just, yes, got my visa and got the role, and it was awesome.
And congratulations, that's pretty
Thank
awesome. That's a major show. So now, with that being said, though, you're doing very well now. But for those who aren't doing well,
I don't know about that.
or even the
Getting
plan, think about if the plan, God forbid, went out.
Yes,
And the show went out. Do
Yeah,
you have a
of course.
bungee cord, or do you have a golden parachute to save you just in case?
Well, I've never been one for plan B, although now I'm getting older, there's like a little part of me who's like, oh, you should have a plan B, but I'm not going to. I'm trusting that this show is a massive hit, and I'm trusting that it's going to carry on. But for everyone out there, I would definitely say I've had so many close calls, and then I thought this was going to be the big thing, and then I just got ditched, or it didn't work out, or I got dropped, and so just every time you get dropped or rejected, just keep on going, because then obviously finally Hollywood Medium took off,
Boom.
And
Okay.
hopefully, it's, things are going to continue to take off for me, but we'll see.
So now, and that leads me to my good friend Adam Levine. So now, being that you're hearing all this, you heard from our previous guest, and you're hearing from the lovely Charlie as well as in terms of the things she's going through, and as well as her success. Now, what would you suggest being a financial professional on how you would be able to approach her success as well as the limbo that they suffered?
Sure.
In their careers.
Yeah, and hats off to you. I love the story, and
Thank you.
And the guest here too. Amazing stories. I have some similar background there too. It's everyone's in a different position, but I really think it comes down to education and learning how money works essentially. And so that's really where I spend my time and focus on is first and foremost education. Then we figure out a plan. Then we execute the plan. So I guess you could kind of say I help people make and save money and pay less in taxes in the same time.
Now, so you're saying, Adam, that
What's your number?
now we're going to
Give it a minute.
We're going to get his number in 1 second.
Okay.
But now, my question to you, Adam. So you said a key word. You said teach people how money works. People don't know how the money works.
No. I find everybody knows how to make it, and you all know how to spend it, right? But sometimes it's making it last. Sometimes it's understanding how credit cards work and how car insurance works and how rent works and leases and things of that nature. Because, we find ourselves in the situations, especially in lean times, when, money's a little bit tight, we actually end up spending more in fees and interest because, financial institutions have long taking advantage of those types of situations.
I see. So now, so Adam, my question to you is, say for example, like for her, I'll just take a Hollywood, like a model, okay, a model in New York. They just landed a Lancôme Paris gig. It's going to be for 5 years, but they give them a big check for $50,000. Okay, so $50,000 they have, and now all of a sudden they're not going to get their next pay until another 6 months afterwards.
Right.
And they think they're rich.
Right.
So tell me
for now.
So tell me, what would be the plan or the financial plan you would have set for them to be able to stretch that until their next payday and next gig?
Be really stingy.
Yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, I think it's really developing, two strategies. You have fixed, expenses, your rent, your car payments, your car insurance, and you have variable, your food, your phone bill, gigs, Uber cars to and from auditions and whatnot. So it's a really good idea to try to separate those two, like two separate accounts, and be mindful of what's going on. A lot of the folks that I've sat down with, they don't really pay attention to their finances all that much. They see it come in, they see it go out, and then at the end of the day, they're going, "Hey, I got $2 left. How do I make this last for the next 2 months?"
Yeah.
And so I show them certain strategies where they can take a lump sum and essentially receive a long-term or even a lifetime income to help them in those poor times. And when they get that big gig in the sky and they got all kinds of money, not to go and blow it on silly things like a Ferrari.
By that point, they probably had some training anyway if they're got used to it. Yeah,
so let me ask you a question. I mean, this is some very useful stuff. You've got to pay attention to this. As a matter of fact, you've got to go to is it www.askadamlevine.com.
That's right. AskAdamLevine.com.
You got to check it out. This man,
ask me questions. I love questions.
And he has the answers too. So you definitely want to ask him those questions on the Sherard Show live as well as on his website. So now let me ask you a question now.
Yeah.
So say for example, I have $1 million. Okay. And I say, Adam, I want to be able to put this where I can be able to live off this comfortably without having to pay a lot of taxes,
right, and
being able to get a monthly income. How would you structure that for me?
Well, there's actually some pretty interesting new products out there from insurance companies and from specialty companies that essentially will take your money and kind of hide it, in their own light vault, if you will, and then just pay you out a stipend or an income every single month, every single year.
So is that so you can't spend it? So
right, exactly.
Get your naughty
until we can build you up where you got enough, your life's settled, and then we start working on the bigger goals.
So is that money management?
Exactly.
Is that kind of
excellent. Okay, so now and we're giving you some very good tips in terms of that, but also those being actors, because see, a lot of people think, and they're still living in this age. And correct me if I'm wrong. I used to be a banker for many years.
Right.
They feel putting it in a savings account account is the best place to be able to live off the interest. A savings account.
Right.
And the last time I checked, Adam, how much was savings accounts paying from banks?
If you can find a 1%, hats off to you. It's
I
mostly.
literally think mine's 0.
Yeah, it's
One of
almost like
mine's
you're paying them
0.5
to
or
keep your
something.
money, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing about Adam, see, he's right in Hollywood.
Yes.
And so this is much needed. A lot of people don't know much about money until they lose it all. Until it's all wiped
Yes.
out, then all of a sudden they want to learn about money.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Don't wait till it's too late.
And there's a saying
Yeah.
that says when you make $100, there's always somebody. There's 100 people trying to take that $1. And when you and I always joke about this. The worst day of your life is when you won the lotto and everybody see that you won $150 million. That's the worst day of your life.
Yeah, right.
Because you
I don't
can't.
know about that. I don't
They
know if
start
it's the
coming out of
worst
the
day of
woodwork.
my
Because
life.
you can't deny that you don't have any money.
Yeah, right. Oh,
but
hello,
then-
relative from nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, if someone really needs it, then if you've got 150 million, then I'd be, dishing it out to your
Right.
friends, your family, charity, and then some for yourself, and just be like split it.
It's safe to say, Levine, she's not a Cubs fan. Okay, but anyway, no, just joke. But anyway,
I won't hold it against her.
But we're talking to gentleman and scholar. First of all, the lovely Charlie, and then we're talking to Adam Levine, my good friend, a financial professional. When we come back, I got a question for both of them that may stomp them both. We'll be right back right after this.